Ah, crap. I missed the... Good afternoon, everyone. I am not No Green Rocks, the founder, creator, and leader of the Legion of Memers. I am, however, Horror Murata, and I will be your host for the evening. I want to thank everybody who's here so far. Jack Tarlat, thank you so much for showing up to be the guest. We have Oculus and CJP, and of course, Sheep City over there. We will have a few more over to join us shortly. They're just running a little late. But for now, how is everyone tonight? How are you, Oculus?
Pretty well, whole things considered, with like not a lot of people on board, but hey, probably more people come down, join us. But yeah, my name is Oculus. You can follow me on Twitter. I mostly do Friday night type memes, but
Friday night
yes, yeah,
Friday night tits. Yep.
That now has to be a meme.
Oh, that would be way
Accept
better.
that by the end.
yeah, way back. But yeah, yesterday I didn't do F&T memes lately. But hey, I'll make it up. I'll make it up next week for more F&T.
That's good. How are you, CJP?
I'm doing fantastic. I actually did my own meme stream on my show this last Thursday, but it was all music related since that's what my particular show is about.
Nice.
Next week I've got that 70s rock fan's going to come on, and we're going to talk about prog rock. And then former guest of this show, who was here a couple weeks ago, the lovely Desiree Wright's going to join me the next week.
Oh, lovely. I like her.
We're talking about video game covers.
Cool. How about you, Jack? How are you doing this evening or afternoon? I don't know what time it is for you.
Well, it's actually 9 o'clock. Well, 10 past 9 in the evening, but I'm doing great. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've recently been reviewing the Ahsoka series with the Common Nerd, and that's taken a little bit of a toll on me. So I've had to recoup from that, and I'm getting back into the swing of things now. I've been trying to catch up with Loki and start the new season of that, because we're going to be reviewing that. So that's sort of putting another downer on the week, as you can possibly imagine, you know. But apart from the politics that are happening at the moment, it's comedy writing itself. I'm not really having to do much at the moment. So yeah, I mean, you know, usually, you know, you have to try and make up satire, but it's literally happening in real time at the moment. So I've got nothing to do, just retweet.
Well, At least we're here. Sheep, do you have anything positive you would like to add in this moment?
I'm still alive.
Oh, that's great.
Inconceivable.
In other news, I do want to hold on because I'm doing all this by myself today. Give me a minute. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Want to give everybody an update on Rhino's Sisters GoFundMe. Let me put that up here where everybody can see it. There we go. You'll see they've raised quite a bit of money, so I will be dropping the link in the chat in the event that you would like to help them out a little more. She's battling cancer from the second time, is that what I understand? And they're going through it. Cancer sucks. Fuck cancer. I think I'm far enough along I can say that now. So do please, if you can, give a little help out. So the other thing that I wanted to pass along is I really would like this thing to cooperate with me. Hold on. There we go.
Boomer.
No.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
You need that one, honey.
Yeah.
I only have so many hands and so much brain power. I'm getting old, people. Not quite as old as the lovely Gary. Wait, what happened here?
You're
Oh,
almost
there
there, apparently.
There we
There
go.
we go.
There we go.
I forgot to hit an extra button.
Who? One more butt naked appreciate.
I am going to send him a black leather jacket. I'm not going to tell you where the leather's coming from, though.
A cow. It's coming from a cow.
But he was kind enough to sport the Legion of Memers shirt while watching.
I was pissed off. I had glasses and everything ready for it, and it's been overcast all day.
Oh, that sucks.
Who has the eclipse? Does everyone have the eclipse?
I think that was... I'm not sure how it worked.
Because mine was like cloudy all day today.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Common Nerd
just didn't
posted
pay any attention.
I was
some
hungry.
photographs and video of it. It looked quite good where he was.
Mhm.
Don't know where he is. But
Yeah.
I think in tech you were going to get it if you were in Texas. I think it came across from like north west to southeast, didn't
Mhm.
it?
Yeah, I think that's about right.
And they left eclipse shades. Have you seen
Yeah.
his clip? Yeah.
What, they just dumped them?
Yeah.
Ugh. You see, this is why we can't have nice things, people.
Mhm.
Well,
People are terrible.
I'm pretty sure the next big round of trash they're going to pick up from the ocean is the thousands of masks.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's already been a thing.
yeah.
Too bad they're not biodegradable.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Too bad they're absolutely useless in any
I was just going to say.
We do have to behave ourselves somewhat. We are over
Mhm.
here on YouTube, so we can't get too naughty in what we say. But
Fair enough.
last thing I want to do is be the reason the Legion of Memers lose their channel.
I introduced
Where
this
did
on
everything go?
the Derby show last night,
There we go.
so I wanted to make sure that YouTube understands that they don't just get a fuck you,
Mhm.
they get sparkly fuck you.
With a
Very
big
nice.
Michael Jackson hand.
I approve.
Yeah.
He
With all the sparkles. Let's include all the sparkles, please, please.
Chamon.
Is that why you're not serious, man? Because we're kind of lonely.
Yeah.
Miss our friends. We most especially miss Green Rocks, but we understand that he definitely needs some time to recover in this difficult period. So
Yep.
that's why I'm here. And I apologize.
Never apologize.
No, you're
Uh,
fine. You're fine.
I always apologize. You can ask Sheep anytime, every time, even when I don't mean it, I apologize.
Every time. I'm sorry, but this, that, and the other. And I go, what are you sorry for? And she says nothing.
I'm not. I guess I'm sorry because I'm expressing my thought.
Or sorry,
Oh.
you didn't make a sandwich.
He knows better than to ask for a sandwich on demand. He then doesn't get his steak dinner.
Mm.
I get to make my own sandwich, though.
Uh,
Can't suck your own dick, though.
I'm not gonna try either.
That's not what you told me.
Yeah, get back in the kitchen.
The video froze.
That video seems fine over here. Did it freeze?
It's not over. Yeah, not over on my side. I just read it in the chat there.
No, it's over. It looks okay from our end. So you might need to refresh.
Fresh.
Yeah. Someone tell our friend here to refresh.
Or
If you
restart
said-
the
It needs some
computer.
milk.
And of course, at the same time, people are sending me freaking texts. And True Pop Culture has told me that he's probably going to be an hour late. So that's cool.
Yeah, everybody's showing up to the party late. Apparently,
He's got to get his hair on point.
it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold steaks and lukewarm fruit punch.
You know what? I kind of see how it is. Rox isn't here, and all of a sudden, everybody's late.
I know. Like
Hello?
JP and I are just the only two main cast. That's it.
I feel just a little unloved. That's all.
I don't. I'm really happy to be here amongst all of y'all.
But hey,
I'm alive.
yeah.
He's alive too. I
I'd rather
mean,
be,
come on, celebrate.
I'd rather be silent. Or not.
This is for true. This is the first time I've had the opportunity to meet you, and so far it's been quite lovely. So
Exactly. Well, we did speak briefly, didn't we? We had a little, we've had a little conversation. We talked about canning and stuff like that.
There was a stream that we popped on for a brief bit of time to play
No,
some games. and we
no.
left.
Like a long time ago, we had a brief conversation. You said something about no one would want to talk. You were self-deprecating, and I says, and I was sort of like bet, and like we
okay.
just and we just started a quick conversation.
Yeah,
in the
you're right. I'm
DMs,
gonna be
and
honest,
then
I'm
it
not
was
good at
like that was it. Never spoke again.
well, this is the first time speaking in person, though.
Yeah, I guess.
There's that. I'm
So there's a
terrible.
little bit of Jack Tarlad horror armor lore there.
Yeah, see, we have interacted, and I have no memory. So, not because it wasn't a lovely interaction, but because I have very little brain space left. But speaking of all these wonderful Disney shows that seem to leave everybody very energetic and excited, apparently Bob Iger is feeling overwhelmed and exhausted during the company slump.
Fuck you, Bob.
Blame Nelson Peltz for all of this. Because Nelson Peltz is back. This time, more stocks. And that's why Bob Iger has such massive migraine because of his return.
I thought you were saying that he deserved a Nelson Muntz.
That too. Yeah.
I'd be so overwhelmed and exhausted if I had all the returns from the profits of Disney. You know what I
You should
mean?
be embarrassed.
The slump. Yeah, that would exhaust me. Yeah. I mean, like, even though it's slumped a bit, he's still like, still got way, way more money than I have. So I don't know. I think I'd be sitting on a yacht somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be entirely honest. I haven't heard anybody yet say that they've watched any of the Disney shows and said that they were happy with them. So I am not at all surprised that the
Surprised?
game.
Oh, wait.
Racist.
I caught it.
Racist.
I'm just saying, I caught it.
Let me get you.
You can just ignore it once or
Jack the Halls
twice.
of Balzahari.
It's
Rah, rah,
what's
rah,
that?
rah.
Language appropriation.
Rah, 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 rah.
Yeah.
You
Someday.
can't use L's in that way.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
I think he's just trying to make me suffer since I put him on the show. Anyway,
You must
Get
be
up
on
and go
camera.
walk in front of your mic. What do you think? Don't mute me.
unlike Shags, when we're on the midweek hump, I can mute him very easily.
And yourself at the same time. I'll be right over there.
Yeah, but do you really want to get that close?
I have before. I've been here
Oh, I
before.
keep
know what to
forgetting.
expect.
I keep forgetting they're sitting in the same room, so they keep looking over at one another, don't they? I was
Oh, my
wondering,
bad.
why
I
does
meant
she
to-
keep
I meant to
looking
go
off
like
the...
this. I'm listening here.
He's just right there. What?
Yeah, when we was backstage, Horror came on the camera. Horror came on the camera, and I was like, "Oh my god, Horror! There's a black man in your room."
We've gotten that line quite a bit. It was even funnier when it used to be. My desk was over there, and so he would appear right over my left shoulder. And every time I'd be on a stream and he'd come in to do some work, people would immediately go, "There's a black man behind you." And it's like, yeah, there sure is.
Racist. You see, I was doing it ironically.
I just thought it was because he was your sleep paralysis demon.
Yep.
No, I wish I had that meme to pop up on the screen because everybody should see that once.
What, him sitting on your chest?
Or the butt.
I mean, we could go with that too, but I'm not sure how many.
Well, isn't
people
that what?
appreciate
No,
as
but
much
isn't
as
that
I
what
do.
people see when they have the sleep paralysis demon? They have like it sitting on their chest, like stooping as though they're taking a shit.
He calls that a combo.
Here we are.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I was.
I'll call it a
looking for.
Cleveland steamer.
Hey, while we talk about the Disney thing, I put something in the private chat for the reason why Disney is like in a state of crisis.
Because they're retarded.
Yeah.
Good enough for me.
There we go. That is a sleep paralysis demon right there.
I own what I am. I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as a paralysis demon.
Looks like a black Slender Man.
Blenderman, yes.
You beat me to it, you bastard.
There was one extra brain cell is all.
Yeah.
It was that fast twitch muscle fiber he has more of.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
something a
this
bit
creepy
uncanny
shit.
valley about them, isn't there?
Yes. That's why that Shack Strike's going on, because of this CG background with like random like pixelated figures.
The
It's like
thing
that-
that
Quarter
It looks
Black Garrett
like
was
it's
saying
out
the
of
other
a
day.
Shrek movie.
It
Quarter
does.
Black Garrett was saying the other day that you could, the editors either were trying to cover something up, or it was just lazy editing, because you could have pushed those right to the back and had the live ones come forward a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it beggars belief that someone actually said that was okay. Like, that was not left on the cutting room floor. Do you understand what I mean? Someone said that was okay. They looked at it and they okayed it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like they got a bunch of. I understand it's AI or whatever, but at the same time, it looks like they got some of their animatronics and put them in the audience for whatever damn reason.
Well, they
It's
are
not AI,
animatronics.
is
Probably-
it?
No.
Yeah. Supposedly,
No,
It's
it's not. No, it's
not
like
CG.
it's stock. Yeah, it's stock CG sort of figures that you can place in between. You know,
I really was just waiting for her to go.
B-roll stuff like that.
But the thing
But, I
is,
mean-
like there are six or seven of the AI, not AI, but CG
people.
CG individuals here, and it's like you couldn't. You cheap motherfuckers couldn't throw like $50 at 6 extra people on the streets and be like, hey, just sit right here and clap. Do what we literally want you to do for everything we put out. Just sit there and clap.
I bet you could find people who do it for free.
Yeah.
Well, like Garrett said, it might be because they tried to cover something up. Maybe something in the politics changed, and there was maybe there was holding a banner that said like, I don't know, fuck
Or
Tiger or something. I don't know.
in that
Did you
same,
get what I mean?
in that same row right there, there were like 2 people just like, or 3 people just, doing an Eiffel Tower. So they were like, all right, we got to cut that out. That's probably a bit too much for this
Yeah.
show.
I don't know how 2 CGI characters can make love unless they just like scissor or something.
Look at their 4 CG characters rather than 2. If you look closer.
It's terrible though.
It's like 6. There's this guy, the guy. Oh, hold on. I'll just pause it.
Because you got the Asian chick, the black dude, the
Well, there's the white
Caucasian
guy
chick.
on the side of her there.
The diversity CG group.
And then, yeah, you got the Asian chick, the black guy. I don't know who these 2 are, but they're very obviously not human.
Right.
But I mean, even look at the front row, right? All of them, they look like they're like on drugs. Look at that guy right in the middle there. He looks like
With
he's
that
on
mole.
drugs. He
He's
looks
not
like
helping it
he
happen.
looks like someone's giving him a shot of Thorazine and sat him there. That's what he looks like.
The black guy in the middle looks like the CGI cutout for John Boyega. Is it? They just use
Oh, God.
Maybe that's where they got
Star
it.
Wars.
That's default. That's default African American character number 4.
That's Miles Morales in the
It's okay.
Spider-Man
He's
game.
African American character number 1. That's why you see him everywhere.
in the After Effects CG pack add-on that you can get free from like some YouTuber. Like literally, there are people on YouTube that do a better job than this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And this was released as a Disney product.
And what the fuck is prom pact? That sounds gay.
Nah, some kind of alphabet gay, like for
It's two dudes, and they're like, if we don't get laid on prom night, do you want to? Should we?
They don't get laid.
Yeah, I get it.
Should we give each other hand jobs?
If we don't get laid, then we'll both get laid. Jesus Christ.
This is the state of Disney right here, and the SAG strike because of this AI crap.
The Film Actors Guild and Armpit, yeah.
Mhm. And while they were in there with the CGI, why didn't they get rid of that thing on the side of the guy's face?
That mole.
Distracting
Diversity,
me.
you know.
I didn't even notice the back row because of that mole.
Pleased to meet you, Mole.
Call Austin Powers. He'll have an extra.
Guacamole.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh.
Okay, so since we've lulled ourselves into a bit of silence here, I suppose I should
What else is there to
host and move on?
Dead air is a
Everything. I
crime.
mean, it's Disney, for the love of God.
Yeah, but you run out of things to say because you said everything already.
Ready to? God damn it!
Yeah.
Did I lose the thing again?
Nobody's actually watching that shit. So I mean,
I did lose the thing again.
No.
Spoiler
I keep
alert.
closing the thing.
I'm thoroughly convinced that a lot of what goes to D+, just like directly to D+, no kind of promotion or anything like that, is just all their stock shit, the stuff that they were planning on releasing on Disney Channel back when TV was relevant.
Yeah.
So they're just like, but we can't exactly outpace people on YouTube. Clearly, Gundam got more views on his video than the White House gets on any of their stuff. So how are we going to hold the candle to them? You know what? Let's just put it on our own platform. Maybe people will check it out. No. People still don't check it out.
Yeah.
Only reason I even
I'm willing.
I have
I'm
someone
sorry.
else's account.
One at a time, please.
I'm willing to bet that the majority of the streaming services, most of their watches are, shows from like 10, 15, 20 years ago. I mean, because I know that that's what I watch on like the free services that we can get over here. Like there's one for Channel 4, there's one for the BBC as well, where you can watch like series from the way backs.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, those are all the shows that I grew up on, and it's like, yeah, okay, I would rather watch that than anything new that's coming out nowadays. Although I did enjoy the Continental recently. The Continental, although it does still have some intersectionality in it, I kind of felt like I went into it with an open mind, and I was trying my hardest not to be my usual cynical self when I go into a movie or a TV show. And it worked. I was happy with it. It was enjoyable for the 3 episodes that it was on, but they were feature-length episodes. So, it worked as a 3-episode series. And, it's like a nice little add-on for the John Wick series.
I do feel sometimes that the community gets a little, what's the word? Reactionary towards certain things just because of where we are today.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see a group of diverse people, and a lot of people will jump to the idea that it's automatically being pushed for diversity without stopping and looking at it and assuming or considering the fact that it is just at that point the people that were best for the job. Yes, there is a lot of, I'm not saying that the other thing doesn't exist. I'm just saying that sometimes I think people jump the gun just a little bit.
Yeah.
One of the biggest ones.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest things that I've seen recently that I can relate that to is Kobe in One Piece.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like some people have been tweeting out saying about, well, it doesn't change the fact that it is still a girl. It is still a girl who thinks that they're a boy, and that you can't like say that the showrunners didn't know about that, and it wasn't like a thing that they wanted to push, for diversity and inclusion. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't take away from the fact that, well, it doesn't matter how she wants to identify or he wants to identify. They work well in the role, and can't they live their life and have a job too? You know what I mean? Can't they be the best version of themselves and have a life too?
Oh, it's funny.
It's like it doesn't throw the whole program doesn't throw any diversity and inclusion bullshit in your face. It just sticks to the law of One Piece, and that's it. And my argument is Kobe was really cast well because they needed the girliest man they could find.
This is true. Young Kobe was very, very soft, but Kobe later on after the time
he has a glow up.
But the funny thing about the entirety of the whole the One Piece thing is the only reason that, me, for example, the only reason I found out that Kobe was played by a girl was because Bounding in the comics made a big deal out of it. This is the only reason I knew. Otherwise, I'd be like, good casting, good Kobe, this, that, and the other. I don't care so long as you you embody who the character is.
Well, and it's not like they changed the character to say, oh, Kobe's really a girl,
a trans allegory.
It's not like they did
I
that.
mean, I did know, straight away I was like, hang on a minute, that's, and then I looked up who it was, and then it told me when I looked up who it was. I was like, I knew it. It was too uncanny valley. Do you know what I mean? She was. Kobe was too girly. Had too much. Because there's differences. Look, I don't care what people say. You can notice the difference in bone structure and facial structure in men and women. We're designed to do it as men and women. Sorry if that offends people, but
I mean, there are people out there with genetic issues that make them really ride the line. But overall, yeah, people look like what they're born, as controversial as a statement as that might be. So,
but Kobe, cast well.
What's up, Draven?
I have to have a status before I can be canceled, don't I?
Huh?
Well, no, I guess not. But
you have to subscribe before you can cancel me.
Not necessarily.
All right, whatever.
It's 2023. You could be canceled just for existing.
Yeah, you can literally just support a peaceful protest and get locked up and have your bank accounts frozen in certain countries, and
people are retarded.
You can go. This is the sort of time we live in where people can go to prison for 17 years for carrying the wrong type of flag on the wrong day. You know what I mean?
Well, you can get thrown in jail for praying on a sidewalk,
or throwing in jail for having the wrong pronouns.
Making fun of someone with a disability is retarded.
Hey, honey, you want to turn your camera off for a little bit for the next subject?
Is it because I'm black?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So the next thing that we wanted to bring up, and you'll understand why I asked him that in a second, if you know. So ISOM trademark lawsuit. Thoughts, opinions?
It's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's not kind of stupid. It's fucking ridiculous.
I call it retardedly stupid, moronically stupid, and infinitely stupidity, or something along that lines. But yeah, this is fake. The ISOM company is kind of fake. I don't believe any of their flaws.
I mean, they are a real company. They've been in business. Well, not company. They're a nonprofit Christian ministry. So they've been in business for a very long period of time. What I find hilarious is their examples that they use for their reasoning for doing this. One of them being, I'm sure some people have already seen these emails. Hello, I apologize for such a strange email, but I recently saw a YouTube video my son was watching, and I saw something that genuinely concerned me regarding ISOM. I may have misunderstood, but from what I understand, a man representing your brand stole money from children in need, and frankly, I find that unacceptable. I certainly don't blame you or ISOM for associating with such a man, as he may not, and hopefully does not, reflect the values of ISOM. But I don't think my worry is unfounded. I myself am a devout Christian. I don't buy that for a second. And to see someone abuse the faith and oh my God. And to see someone abuse the faith in such a manner is abhorrent. Please get back to me when you can. Best regards, Robert. Something tells me Robert's not a Christian.
No, he's kind of
Something
gay.
tells me he's not a man when it's read in that voice. I was so totally expecting that to be a woman, a Karen. I totally and then it's Robert right at the fucking end there. It's like, what?
In fairness, I was reading it, so he's going to sound like a woman. But
yeah, but I mean,
I don't really have a man's voice.
It's a ma'am. It's ma'am.
It's ma'am. You're right. Just because he's calling himself Robert does not mean he's not a she, her. But yeah,
So it sounds like this Good Shepherds Ministries LLC, whoever they are, they're trying to get them on some trademark sort of issue. Well, I was under the understanding that ISOM for the Ministries LLC is an acronym.
Yep.
Okay. But ISOM is the name of a superhero. I haven't read ISOM, by the way. I haven't got that comic book, and I haven't any interest in reading it either. However... But, you know, from what I understand it, one is an acronym and one is the name of a superhero in a comic book.
Yep, those are two things. And then there is also the fact that one is a religious organization and their trademark is to produce religious instructional materials such as notebooks, workbooks, exams, stuff like that. And this is an entertainment company.
And of those like leaflets and pamphlets and, you know, things that they produce, have they got like this black dude in a superhero costume printed all over them or anything? No. Okay. No. Is any of the logo the same as?
Well, I mean, they're spelled the same. It's about. I mean,
so it's the same letters.
Yeah,
except in one it's separated by periods, and in the other it's not.
I mean, we can literally hear. Some of the things I've seen is saying that if you type in ISOM, you're getting the Rippaverse first. First thing we come up with is this. Now, you have these, which I don't know why they're also not suing the veterinary hospital that you also get. But hey, whatever. Oh, look, ancestry, ISOM name meaning, and ISOM family history. It's almost like it's a name or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's a popular name back in the 1700s. ISOM. Good old ISOM, yeah.
Now, is the name
ISOM down the road.
An acronym? Is it an acronym?
Yeah.
What does it even mean, like the name ISOM? What is it?
International School of Ministry.
No, something. It's got to be like a meaning or something. That name.
You mean their acronym?
No.
Oh, the actual name?
The actual name. What does it even mean or represent? There's gonna be like something.
Was his great grandfather, I believe, named it after? Because he put out a video.
Great, something way back there. ISOM name meaning habitational name from Isham in Northamptonshire. The place name is derived from the river name Isle of Celtic origin plus English ham homestead. So that's for the last name in general. I'm not sure if you can see that. There you go. So this is the region where you will find it the most. In the 1940s, it was apparently quite popular.
Gertrude.
A bunch of birth records with it.
That's interesting.
But yeah, so.
Yeah.
But of course, the people who want this to be a thing, have all sorts of.
I wouldn't mind seeing. In Minecraft, I wouldn't mind seeing Dick and Vito's channels getting mass flagged.
Well, look,
FBI for child things.
Personally, I'm not one of those ones who wish ill on others. I do wish people would stop calling attention to them so they could fade into their irrelevancy. But that's something that is inevitable eventually for all of us. But for people like that specifically, it will hurt them more than most people. So that's
Draven putting up a good point. I forgot about Eli Isom, the wrestler. So are they going to go after him too?
But yeah, it's a whole lot of issue. The people who want it to be a thing are relying on the fickleness of the courts to push it into existence.
Well, no. It's more important than that, right?
Oh,
so, yeah, I mean, so from what I've been hearing or what I've been reading, they were in some kind of negotiations with them, some sort of, tabletop dealing between the organization, the two organizations, and it almost sounds like Eric was almost going to be extorted for a continuous payment of some kind.
I'm sure they wanted a continuous payment.
That's what they wanted
to avoid the
out of
lawsuit.
this. Yeah,
I'm sure that, and honestly, I said that from the beginning. There is, I will give the ministry one point, is that if you don't make the effort to defend your trademark and it comes up somewhere, the courts can actually find that your trademark is irrelevant. So, from that perspective and that perspective alone, it is appropriate to bring the lawsuit. However, the idea that they're going to win it is unlikely. My favorite example is. There's a production company called Milk Street, because if you've ever heard of America's Test Kitchen, the original founder got basically pushed out of his organization and founded Milk Street Productions instead to continue doing basically the same thing, because the production is on Milk Street in New York. Now, just across the street, literally, is a restaurant also called Milk Street. So you have Milk Street Productions and Milk Street, the restaurant. Now, the restaurant was getting kind of pissed off because kind of the same reasons, the Milk Street Productions was taking over the light in the name. So they were actually having people walking in with applications for Milk Street, the production company, as opposed to Milk Street, the restaurant. However, when they took them to court, they lost Milk Street, the restaurant, that is, because they are in different industries.
Mm-hmm.
So the industry thing is a very important altogether thing.
Mm-hmm. But
so
the amount of money that he's going to spend on this, it's going to be, it's going to tuck into quite a large chunk of the fortune that he's made, and I think that's almost purposeful.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like, well, they drew attention to this ISOM issue by contacting the Christian organization. Do you know what I mean? So that was purposefully vindictive in itself. Oh, yeah. And then it's just snowballed from there.
Yep.
And that's just to bleed him dry. It's like we can make the claim and say, well, you'll be bankrupt within 3 years, and it may very well be true if this court case goes on for long enough. He may very well be bankrupt, and then they can turn around and say, "See, we told you."
It's entirely possible. However, what they underestimate, and it's one of the best things, is the amount of support Eric has. I do not believe for a second that any of us, not his fans, not his employees, not any of his supporters, would allow him to go down that far. So while the Christian ministry may have whatever they have, he has a whole shit ton of people behind him, from lawyers to just common people who are willing to give him $2 or $3, and you add that up over a couple thousand people and it adds up fast. So I fully believe no matter what happens in terms of monetary value, Eric will be all right. And it'll be okay in the end.
That's another thing. He's got an entire legal team around him. He's got the money for it now. He's got fuck you money now. You know what I mean? No, but I mean he kind of has, and like he's got a good enough. He's got enough money to have a good enough legal team around him. And it's like they keep going on about him using this fucking business. This PO box as a business address, and you're not allowed to use a PO box as a business address. It's like, actually, yes, you fucking are. I read through the entire thing, and you totally are allowed to do that. And what's more is that you need to have a registered agent who is going to like pick up the mail for you. And as long as the address, like the street address, is the PO box, because I had a PO box over here in the UK, and it works very similar. They work as an authenticated agent at the same time. It's like a service that you pay for with the PO box. You just pay them money, and they do everything for you, and they forward the mail to you, and it's an actual street address in London, yeah, that you can register your company with.
Yep.
That's how it works in. Is it in Texas?
Yes, Texas.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of things going on. So,
but you would think, but they're going on about it as if like they know what they're talking about, and he's got a massive legal or a good enough legal team around him to say whether or not it's legal.
Well,
they're not going to lead him down a shit path, are they?
They're going to try not to. The issue is to some degree when you enter the legal system, there is always an element of surprise, an element of uncertainty, because you never know quite what a judge is going to be thinking on that day. You never know quite what their opinion is going to look like on that day. And it's not always what you would expect it to be. The number of legal decisions that have come back that people sit back and look at it and say, how in the world did this judge ever reach this opinion? You have to wonder. So
just look at that one that's trying Trump at the moment. He turns around and he says, well, I can just overrule the jury if I feel like it.
Yeah. So that is actually a legal thing. They can technically override the jury. Now, there are, of course, legal things that the defendant can do at that point should he do that, but it's not, when you enter a court of law, it is never, and you can't assume that you're automatically going to win. As good as the case might look, you just can't assume that. So that's why most people try to stay out of court. But yeah, so let's go ahead and move on so I can go back to torturing sheep. Plus,
so I don't get it. Why did he have to be off the camera?
He's the community manager for Eric.
I still don't get it.
He works there.
Oh, so is that like a conflict of interest or something?
I just don't like to, well, as his girlfriend, I try not to put him in a position where he might have to say things. Okay, hold on. He'll just do the thing, honey.
You know the thing. Come on,
he's sitting there. He's.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. I see.
So it's like, why even force him to participate? If it, I mean.
Yeah. It's a conflict of interest. I understand.
Yeah. So I'm not about to put him in that position. That's both of our lives, after all.
Anyway, let's skip over this subject then.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah,
Next.
move on.
We can go back to talking about Disney again. An even more depressing subject.
Well, I don't know, a little bit interesting, but who knows? Who knows at this point?
Well, in this case, I guess maybe it's not as depressing because apparently they're releasing the writers that were making that awful Born Again series.
So it's now called Daredevil Stillborn.
Oh, what about Daredevil Abortion?
I mean, that's what it already was, but that's beside the point.
Stillborn, beautiful.
Definitely a miscarriage of justice for that show to have ever even been greenlit in the first place.
And didn't have the showrunners for the Netflix series to take on this.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I'm a bit ignorant to a lot of the Marvel stuff because I don't really watch it. The first bit of Marvel stuff that I've seen in a while is this Loki. I don't really watch Marvel stuff. I've been watching Star Wars.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, like you said earlier, I haven't seen anybody who genuinely likes anything that's come out of Disney, and you're almost right. I actually liked Mando seasons 1 and 2, and then it was like first one I enjoyed, second season I was like, and then the third season I was like, nope, I'm out.
I suppose I should rephrase that. I haven't seen anybody say anything they liked anything in like the last 2 years.
No,
I mean, I actually. Really like the last 3 episodes of Andor were all right. The first 4 were just boring as hell. It's basically Juan Solo going, I need to get somewhere. I need to get over there. I need not here. I need to go over there.
Same.
4 episodes of that shit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I am not a Star Wars or Marvel fan. So I really, I just sit back and watch everybody suffer.
I stopped at Iron Man 2, if you'll believe it.
Really?
That was the last Marvel film I saw. Anything that I've seen of Marvel films, like to do with the Avengers or anything, has just been simply in passing when my dad's had it on the TV, you know, and like I've gone round to my folks' house and it's been on the TV sort of thing, and I've sort of watched it and I'm sort of asking him questions about it, like he's supposed to be doing it to me. Do you know what I mean? But no,
Yeah.
I'm asking him questions about it.
I'm actually
No.
kind of glad my dad died before Lucas sold Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because my dad was a huge Star Wars fan, and he introduced me to it. And
Mm-hmm.
all the toys I got as a kid, he played with them first when it was Christmas time. So he had all the Star Wars stuff back here that was his.
Yeah.
The last thing he bought before he had passed was one of these,
Oh, cool.
the original Biker Scout.
Cool. I
Yeah.
had one of the. My era was like the Power of the Force, like the revamped action figurines. But I was thinking about this the other day, like
Swole.
yeah, Swole Luke in his white robes, yeah. But I was thinking about this the other day, like. You know, like when you go to like Toys R Us or something like that, and the walls are filled with like all these Star Wars toys, and you used to go there like over Christmas time, and maybe your parents would say, okay, you get to pick X amount, or you get to like, you know, pick one or whatever, you know, and so you'd scan over the walls and you'd pick your favorite ones. Now, there were other shops that you could go to that didn't sell quite as high caliber toys, and so like you'd get something on the shelf like, you know, Galaxy Smashers, you know, the Dark Lord Father, you know, and it looked like Darth Vader, but it wasn't quite Darth Vader. Do you get what I mean? It was like some cheap knockoff. That's how I see Star Wars toys now when I look at them on the shelf. It's like no one wants them. They're like bargain basement prices.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're not even high prices anymore. They're in like literally in bargain basement shops where I live. Actual Star Wars toys.
Yeah. Anymore, if you go into like Walmart here and you go into the clearance aisles, you'll see a lot of the Marvel toys and the Star Wars toys that they just can't get rid of. What were we watching today where they were talking about how all was that Gundam that was talking about how those end up in landfills and stuff?
The Funko Pops,
Oh,
right?
right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are the new Ataris, is that Funko Pops.
The new ET for Atari.
Or dignified end.
Yeah, there were a bunch of like I think that was actually a clip from World Class Bullshitters. There was like just a whole bunch of like Eternals figures, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Shang-Chi, I think Loki characters too, is just like a bunch, basically characters that have been released post Endgame. There's just shelves and boxes and crates basically full of like the same toys on clearance, and I'm just in there like, y'all kind of fostered this one. That one's on y'all, Marvel.
And that's why I buy Lego. I don't care about Hasbro or Mattel. They can go to hell.
I've already decided if I'm getting any of those figures, I'm just going to get them aftermarket.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what a car boot sale is?
Yes. Well, I do.
So it's like a big field where you come and bring all your shit that you want to sell. It's like almost like a swap meet, but you bring anything and sell whatever the fuck.
I've been to a couple of them myself. Yeah.
So I was walking around with my kid, and she pointed out a Star Wars figurine still in its box, you know. And she's like, "Oh, look, Dad, a Star Wars." And then she read the name Rose Tico, and I was like, "Yeah, but who the fuck wants to buy her?"
That's why she's at the. That's why she's at the swap meet.
Mm-hmm. Someone made the mistake of buying her and then realized
it off. The action figure, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we don't condone violence outside of Minecraft.
No. You should only be violent in Minecraft, in Fortnite,
in any game that's just garbage. Be violent in those games specifically,
especially if you can teabag someone in it.
Oh yeah, but we don't support those games because teabagging's bad.
Bullshit.
Unless it's in real life, and then teabagging's actually quite fun.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the Brit would say that.
Well, see, British people have culture.
Do they?
Yes.
What do I know?
Americans
Somewhat.
don't have culture. We just take everybody else's and say, yeah, this is well, actually our culture is like high calorie counts.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
This is I don't know where it originated. I'm pretty sure it was in America, but the same country that made fried butter?
Oh my God, that's so good.
Fried
You
butter.
see what I fucking mean?
It's
Doesn't that
good.
just
Oh my
melt?
God, it's like
not.
it's like the bread with the butter and the
It's-
butter's already melted. Oh,
It's
so
salt
good.
and grease.
I live in the
What's your
Midwest,
point?
and so we have state fairs all the time. And at the state fair, you can get deep fried chocolate covered bacon.
Yep. That
Well,
sounds
over
like a
here
delicacy.
they've got deep fried Mars bars in batter. So like deep fried Mars bars in fish
Right.
batter, and
Yeah,
they're
we'll do that with
fucking they're
Snickers
bomb.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah. Now imagine
they're
the same
fucking bomb, man.
Mars bars. It's just butter.
Hmm.
Now I'm thinking of Austin Powers again. Well, me,
Yeah.
want some
Wolfie,
chocolate.
thank you for the 10
Mars
gifted
bar.
memberships. We really appreciate that.
10 gifted memberships. That's like 25 quid or something, ain't it?
It's like 14 Brazilian pesos.
It's more than that.
15 Brazilian pesos.
Brazilian money's worth about a penny.
like-
So go
What
up
is that,
more.
like 26 million in Zimbabwe dollars?
Yes, probably.
That's 450,000 yen.
Very likely.
It's about 2 quid.
Fat can be an issue in other ways, but yes, in terms of weight, fat is not the issue. Sugar is generally the issue.
I'm good for you.
You are good for us. That's why we keep you around.
Yeah.
It's generally true, though, that is sugar. It's not necessarily that sugar is evil. I mean, I don't really, put a good or evil thing on it. It's just simply it's
Abuse
bad
of it.
for you, and you store fats from sugar more than you store fats from food. Like fatty sauces, unless it's like the trans fats, those sorts of things.
Don't be
Fat
obese.
is more likely to end up in your veins.
Yeah.
Sugar is more likely to end up on your waist.
Mhm.
So that's what the difference is. You can't. The point is you shouldn't be going too far into anything. Moderation is key in all things. So
I was trying to teach my kid about it. What was it yesterday? They were saying about smoking and why do I smoke? When it's bad for you. And I says, well, you know that eating sugar is bad for you, don't you? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, but you still enjoy eating chocolates and candy and stuff like that. And she's like, yeah. I says, well, you know that it's bad for you though. Oh, it's Kriggs. Hello, Kriggs. How you doing, mate?
To basically wrap up that whole discussion, you should have just said, I have an addiction, baby.
Well, that's it. But sugar is an addiction too.
Coffee
can
is
be.
an addiction.
you can
Yeah,
be
it
addicted to literally
certainly is.
anything.
That's a good
No,
segue, actually.
I
You could
think
do
it
the
is
coffee
like
app now.
the thing. The funny thing, like I think the only thing that I can actually truly not let go of is coffee. Like it'd piss me off if I let go of coffee. Like letting go of coffee is like a death sentence for me. I may as well just just stare through this window right here for the rest of my life, do nothing, just wither and die.
So Krigler does have an interesting question. What is a tar lad? Because I immediately just think of him.
Well, actually, the name Jack Tar Lad.
Excuse me.
It comes from
I'm not offended.
days
Don't worry
old,
about
like
it.
old British sailors, usually
Uh-huh.
Navy ones. They would known as Jack Tars, and if you were a young Jack Tar, you were a Jack Tar Lad, and so yeah, that's where the name comes from.
You
I
sell
used to
coffee.
work on a toll ship.
Yeah, you never get high on your own supply. Smart man.
He sells coffee. I buy his coffee. We're addicted to his coffee. His coffee is great.
He's not selling it anymore.
He's not?
He said it the other night on his show. I was watching him. He says he's not able to sell it anymore.
No.
Aw,
Yeah,
Where am I
that's
going
the
to get my
end.
coffee now?
This is the,
I want my money back.
that means you can get Coffee Brand Coffee and use the promo code HEALTHYLOM.
I understand.
Yeah, we
I
haven't done
understand
that yet.
using the. I understand using the promo code to help you guys out, but I don't like Jeremy's coffee.
We weren't big fans. It was too mild, even at the darkest roast. So
I
Look,
use
I
Jeremy's
something else out
coffee
there.
for my enemas.
This takes.
I use Jeremy's coffee for my enemas.
There you go. Freaking I don't know. We figured something out.
I'll have to find new coffee. That's all.
Jesus Christ, it's like moving. Like you're getting evicted from your house now. It's like, fuck, what am I gonna do?
No, it's a depressing day today. I'm not even gonna lie, and I'm not even blowing smoke either because that's my favorite coffee. So,
I mean, I'm probably just gonna go with because I haven't actually tried Geek Grind. I just had the one batch, that little sample bag that we got when we were in Texas. So I might try
we
that
just
out.
have to make sure they have a non-flavored blend.
Isn't Coffee Grind Coffee a sponsor of this show, or isn't
Yes,
there a
it is.
promo code?
Speaking
Coffee brand
of,
coffee?
I kind of forgot something.
Yeah.
So
Glad to
hold
be
on.
Hello, everybody. I just wanted to share with you some great news. We are now an official affiliate of Coffee Brand Coffee. So go check out their coffee. It is fantastic, fresh, tasty, fragrance. Oh my goodness, my mouth is getting more watery just thinking about it. If you are considering getting Coffee Brand Coffee, or you just need coffee in general, go check out coffeebrandcoffee.com. Again, that is coffeebrandcoffee.com. And don't forget to use the promo code HAIL the LOM for our special discount.
Yeah, and don't let my opinion influence you. I'm a very fussy person when it comes to everything.
Let my opinion affect you.
Don't let his opinion influence you either. Make your own mind. So,
And just because I stick that coffee up my bum doesn't mean that you have to.
Coffee.
There are so many thoughts I have there, and 9 of them I really can't say because I'm on YouTube. So,
Well, what's the 10th?
you shouldn't do that. That's really just coffee up your ass. That's the only. That's the only one that can
Stop
say
sticking shit up your ass.
Don't stick shit up your ass.
It's not an entrance.
Cafenema, that's what it is.
It's really it's an out, not an in. There's a reason that
I don't drink it afterwards.
Well, that's the one thing The Simpsons predicted that never came true, and it really pissed me off.
Ugh.
I want that Flintstones chewable morphine.
That would be nice.
Flintstones chewable morphine.
Mm-hmm.
Try Coffee Baron Coffee. Just ignore me. Try it. Maybe.
Could you imagine that? I mean, like, given the amount of fentanyl that's on the streets and how much that is being abused, if you had like
Coffee brand
Flintstones chewable morphine, how quickly that would spread.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I can.
Especially if it was the
Wow.
same flavor. I actually liked those.
I popped a few.
The chalk ones.
No, they weren't chalky. They were like sweet tart.
Oh no, the chewables. I'm thinking of I was thinking of the actual, like, the original vitamins.
Mm-mm. No, they were like sweet tart texture.
Yeah,
so
no, I know what you're talking about though. Those things slap.
those were good.
I should be dead by now, but I'm not.
I said I popped a few Betties in my day.
I can't say I've done many drugs.
Betty's it could actually substitute for it, like, for that name too. Like, I had me a couple had a couple Pebbles, a couple Bam Bams. The Bam Bam and Betty's have probably worked the best.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't really do much with Wilma.
Nah, not the Wilmas.
No.
And
No, you don't want to take the Wilmas. The Wilmas are shit. They're really bad calm down.
Couple Freds, man.
Yeah, really bad calm down on those ones. You don't want
You
them.
get to the right age and you tell people you did a few Barneys and they're going to get really confused.
That's like, that's like saying, oh yeah, I had 5 Guys for lunch.
I do have Jeremy's cold brew. I keep meaning to try it. I have a whole bag that I haven't used yet.
We do have that bag of cold brew.
I just haven't done that yet.
You'll get around to it.
I will. But let's move on.
I haven't tried sticking one of them on my bum.
Yeah, we have hit halfway through the show, so probably it's a good time for a meme break.
Oh, is it a time for a meme break?
Is it Flintstone suppositories?
Yeah.
No.
Yabba dabba ow.
Yabba dabba boo.
I'm thinking more. I'd be stored in that case. It'd be yabba dabba. Don't.
Yabba dabba, motherfucker.
Yabba
You
dabba
don't want it to be yabba dabba do you?
I'm gonna yabba that dabba that bitch.
Jesus.
All right. You'll have to excuse the fact that I don't do this often. So tell me if I'm doing it wrong.
Okay, you boom this up. It's fine.
I'll boomer everything. And worse, I'm screwing up not because I'm a boomer, but because I'm a woman. Let's be clear here.
Calm down, Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
It's because I'm a woman. It's because I'm not quite hip.
Are you done now?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
Give me a
because you're a rabbit, because you're black.
Yes, we're looking at the memes now, my friends. So the first one we have in line is, hold on, because I want to get the other thing over here so I can see what's going on the screen. Here we are. The A-serious man. No, don't make me do anymore.
That's just Kenzo and Derm.
It
Yeah.
really is. It looks like they're quite happy together.
Yep.
This beautiful relationship between what appears to be a man in a fur coat and Dermy wearing a share wig.
Yes, Kenzo and Derm. Then they broke up, and Derm then went on to make a song that's only relevant whenever they pop up.
Why would any TV executive think that they might be able to cash in on a spin-off of a popular show? I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Why would that ever work? Huh? Any ideas, people? I don't know why they might think that.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Frasier's been getting a lot of
I thought he would have been straight up canceled for just being conservative.
He was for a little while there, yeah. Hey, thanks, Savage Dad.
He's been getting recognition. That's the word I was looking for. Frasier's been getting a lot of recognition recently.
Well, did they revive it? I heard they.
Yeah, the new season is out on what's it called?
Hulu or something?
Peacock.
Peacock. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I'm afraid to watch it.
Much like she was afraid to watch Futurama.
And I still haven't finished that because I'm afraid they're still going to fuck it up. The first 2 episodes were pretty good. I have not watched the rest because I'm afraid they're going to fuck it up.
Well, the problem with the new season is all the jokes are like at least 3 years old.
I'm okay with that, believe it or not. As long as they're still funny. All right, so, and the serious man again with his third for the evening. He's got a jet. This is all he's got today. Oh, look at how cute CJP is there in sheep's shirt.
I look like I'm having a time.
Oh my.
Sheesh.
Oh my indeed. Release the McCracken has got something fun for us. I'm sure Sheep's gonna love this.
Of course.
I'm glad to see Sheep City is still alive. Well, no, is still alive. I'm not sure what that means.
Is till
After the
alive.
show may be another thing, though. Let's see here. Do I've got the sound?
CJP. This Squidward.
That's accurate.
You know, that's how every evening goes in this house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did I like these things?
You should.
Didn't like
Ooh.
this
Like and
one.
retweet.
Like this one. I usually do like and retweet when I see them,
Yeah.
Like and retweet.
but I'm also not usually doing them while on a show, so that helps. Watching this show. Okay,
That
I
so
like
there's
makes
that.
sense. Yes.
It's an interesting.
Marvel's Daredevil or Netflix Daredevil.
Yeah.
Okay, hey.
Marvel MCU's Daredevil.
I'm not looking too bad over here. This, however, you can barely tell what anybody looks like. I mean,
Well, you're not looking too bad, but your character's dead.
Yeah. So am I.
I'm okay with that.
Same
I'm
as Karen. Karen Page is dead as well.
Yeah. Karen's dead and Foggy's dead because motherfuckers don't know how to write.
You see, my superpower here is not only am I blind, but I'm deaf as well.
That works out even better. You're the Helen Keller of Marvel.
Yeah. Oh, okay, you're bad.
he he works like a snake. He just sticks his tongue out as he wanders around.
Yeah.
That could be interesting. Oh, well, hello. Watching at Pop Culture Show with Brett, David, and that. I was already in the middle of making this when someone mentioned the movie in Super Chats.
Harry and Henderson's.
Great movie.
I went with the hashtag. Did I do this wrong? Because I feel like, oh, no, I'm doing
Brie
fine.
Larson in that?
In
No.
Harry?
No.
Wasn't she in that as Harry? With
Nah,
those
that'll be
fingers?
Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman.
Oh,
could be
oh,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
oh.
it's either
Yeah,
Toe
yeah.
or Brie Larson's feet, starring as Harry and the Hendersons.
Mhm. It's a great movie, though.
Oh,
I like that movie.
gosh.
Got to give some props to my boy DJ Axis for the glorious meme he made today. And I saw the pickle wars going on in the chat earlier. So
Or
Pick-
Pickle
pickle
I
pump.
am for pickles, not against. I am pro pickle.
Yeah, I'm pro
Yes.
pickle too.
Me no.
Only
Like-
pickled flavored like Lay's chips will be good.
I saw this one earlier. Has nothing to do with the stream, I don't think, but
Dermy Almighty.
it's hilarious anyway.
I think I popped one in there. I'm not sure if it popped in quick
I
enough.
don't know if
but-
Dermy was supposed to show up, then yeah, it's relevant.
He'll be here, I'm sure, eventually.
No, he's a
maybe before
ghost.
the end of the stream.
Nah, he's a ghost.
I want to make sure. I'm looking for the.
Where's the show?
That's not this one. I don't know.
Keep going down.
Oh well, here's.
Kenzo
Try this
and
one.
Cal.
What, Legion of Memers?
Is that
I don't know.
That's Devil's new show.
the hell? I should have opened this tweet before I started the show, huh?
Yeah.
That would have been smart.
Yeah.
I know it's around here. It's got to be around here somewhere.
Womp womp.
And of course, he didn't pin it. Like a good boy. below.
Boomerang up.
Is that a
Shut
black
up.
blabs?
Yeah.
This?
Why is blabs black?
I don't know, but it entertains me, and I've now got to repost it.
Decidedly Filipino.
Okay. Also got to repost this one because that is hilarious.
We need to call-
Mazza the Mazza the poo.
Mazza.
I'm still waiting for Mazza and Dermy to get it on.
Same.
So I can see. Yeah, I'll
Well,
post.
Dermy
this
was
in
supposed to be the prostitute that they
private
hired,
chat.
but
Yeah.
So where the hell is the?
I don't know whether you're on the same one as this one, but I'll post this
I'm
in the
trying
private
to.
chat, and then maybe because there's some memes on the
There
comments
we
of that
go.
one.
That's what I've been looking for. That's exactly what I've been looking for.
oh,
Thank you.
the host thing tweet.
Yeah.
I saw it earlier, and apparently I forgot to like and reshare. So there's that too. And this is at least I am Pickle Paul.
Oh, that's the one.
Oh God.
Oh,
that's
Lord.
My
funny.
daughter, before I went on stream last night, she goes, "You know that guy kind of looks like the love child of Chicken Little and Ugly Duckling."
Yeah.
You've never even watched the show. Yeah, but that's what I imagine he looks like.
That's an unfortunate.
That's hilarious. Poor Dermy.
Okay, I'm not sure I can get behind this one. That might be a step too far for me. I've not tried it. I think it would depend on what else is on the pizza.
I've tried the I can't remember if it was Papa John's had the burger pizza, the cheeseburger pizza,
Mhm.
something like that. It's not bad. It's not
No.
bad.
I would that's something I would have to. I mean, I would give it a shot, but I don't know how I really feel about it.
Bruh, just go to the fucking shop and get a jar of pickles and literally eat the pickles from the jar, just whole. You know what I mean? They're banging. Pickles are good. They're nice.
Pickles are delicious. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
You missed the context.
I did. I was about to listen. I'm convinced Tupac did it on purpose or he faked it.
Yep.
That wouldn't at all surprise me at this stage.
She goes, "Oh, he
That's
did
accurate.
dodge."
The white Bronco, yeah.
The fact that I'm old enough to remember this.
Yep.
I'm actually watching. It's hilarious. That's a great one, Tress.
If the glove don't fit,
You
I'm
must have
dead. Huh?
Is that why she's got no hair? Because she's always driving around so fast.
Aerodynamic, exactly.
Looks like Mephisto and their
Like a
viewers are
swimmer.
joining us. So, hi. Also, hi. That's all I got. I feel like is that everything?
As of now,
Like it.
As of right now, that looks like
Yeah.
everything. I found more memes the other way. I'm disappointed.
womp.
This is supposed to be the memers stream.
That's fine. That's
But
fine.
that's okay. It's okay. We'll just move on to the next subject, which is.
But that thumbnail itself is pretty cool. So
It is a very good thumbnail.
Thank you for that.
You're looking quite awesome on it.
I do look quite awesome on it. I mean, I look quite awesome anyway, but on that especially, I do.
Yes. Your hair's flowing through the wind.
Mhm.
All the good things.
All the long flowing blonde hair that I've got
Yeah.
tucked underneath this
Yeah,
hat
but you-
right now.
Shoved under your hat.
That's the
that is
lore anyway.
A really good hat.
I'm
by
like
the way. It's
fucking
holding with that hair.
Fabio. When I take my hat off, I'm like Fabio. I just shake my hair down.
There you
That's
go.
all.
You're like one of those librarians in the movies where they take it down and shake it
so
out. and all
yeah,
of a
take
sudden
out
you're
the
gorgeous.
they take
off
off
the
the
glasses
glasses and the bow, or not the bow, but like
You
Well,
turn into a blonde
scrunchy.
Adam Krigler.
There you
You
go.
see-
You just go.
CJ, the thing is, Fabio after his face got hit with a seagull.
That was hilarious.
It was a goose. To be fair,
was a
it was
goose.
or was it a duck?
It was a goose.
No, it was a
No.
seagull. He was on a roller coaster, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he was on a roller
Oh,
coaster.
okay. So
I know that much.
Fucking
that probably
face.
makes sense. Yeah, no. that
I
shit
mean,
was
we laugh about it
hilarious.
now, but I mean that ruined his career. So.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, getting
I
hit in the face with a bird really doesn't help your career in most cases.
I wonder if that was revenge for Randy Johnson killing the bird during that baseball game years ago.
Probably.
Could be.
You've ever seen that footage? It's incredible. A 90
Yeah,
plus
have to look
mile an
out
hour
for it then.
fastball obliterates a bird.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Obliterates.
I mean,
That-
birds are pretty stupid. That I've had birds fly into the windshield before.
Oh yeah. I'm aware of how that happens.
Oh yeah. That was our way. Us on our way up from Atlanta. It was great.
You weren't even dating then, and you broke my windshield.
There's always a way to find it to be your fault, isn't there? They
Yes,
always do
I-
that, don't they?
I like it's my fault for shit that I don't even know anything about.
Yeah,
Like I don't know exists.
Things
Like
that you
somebody just
did-
hits me up is like, you know, I blame
12
you.
years ago.
Exactly. I blame you. Like it's your fault that I don't know. I tripped when I was like 14 years old and was like,
Yeah,
All right, sure.
But in this
Yeah, and then you come back
on
with
that
something.
road
Well,
with
it's
them-
your fault that such and such, and then they'll say, "Well, it's not my fault that you pissed in my shoes when you got drunk that one night, is it?"
here's
You know, they'll just pick up something random that you can't even remember.
Do you not remember the old adage, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, is the man still wrong?
yes, the man is always still wrong. But the fact of the matter is like it's my fault based specifically on probability.
Mhm.
Simply because we were on the road, I was not driving. She knows the routes better than I do. But because because she drove down to Atlanta to pick me up and then drove back up to Montana and the bird hit her windshield, it's my fault.
It's your fault. Yeah.
sounds
That's the
accurate
logic.
to me. Yes.
A bird could have hit her window the immediate day after, and she'd be like, well, my car wasn't where it normally is, so it's your fault.
It is. It's your fault, and don't you ever forget it, mate.
Look, I'm gonna die and not care anymore.
Do you care now?
You're gonna die, and on your
Obviously, I'm
tombstone,
mad.
you're gonna die, and on your tombstone, it's gonna say it's your fault.
Yeah, I died because it's my fault.
It was my fault.
It's like on my tombstone is gonna say "Here lies Sheep Cityan," and then quotes is gonna say "My bad."
What's up,
Hey,
devil?
Devil, how you doing?
What's up? Sorry I'm late.
All right. We've just been hanging out,
Fashionably
talking
late.
about things without you. So, boomering everything as it goes.
It's been great.
So, while we're
I'm enjoying
celebrating the
myself.
fact that Devil has arrived, let's point and laugh at Ahsoka a little.
Uh-huh. Man, a quarter of the audience gone. That is embarrassing.
This is
I
kind of
had to watch the entire thing.
You know what? I would actually, I'll give
forced to.
Ahsoka a little more credibility over Rings of Power, because Rings of Power lost 2/3 of their viewership by the last episode, and they had less episodes.
You're not wrong.
I don't know. I mean, they're both just as terrible as one another. The writing is just absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
There is nothing. I tried. I really, really tried. Like I said with the Continental, I went in with an open mind and I tried to not be, cynical about it. I thought to myself, okay, I enjoyed Mando 1. I enjoyed a little bit of, Andor. And let's see where this takes us, and it was just full of member berries, and there was no substance to the story whatsoever, and there was no substance to the characters whatsoever, and I couldn't cope with it. It's terrible, just terrible writing.
As I say, like when it comes to Star Wars, if your best actor is Hayden Christensen, you fucked up.
If your best actor is C-3PO, you fucked up.
Your best actors are literally a mannequin and robots. How do you fuck that up? You had Mary Elizabeth Winstead, you had Rosario Dawson, you had the one bitch that played Sabine.
That one bitch you played Sabine.
The kid that played Ezra wasn't all that bad. Lars Mikkelsen, and you fuck up everything. That's on y'all, man. That's on you, Filoni, Mr. Showrunner.
If the little crab aliens at the end have more personality than any other character in your show, you probably
have more personality than you do.
Crab people.
This whole
Walk
show
like
is
crabs,
basically
talk like people.
Yeah, the whole show is basically Filoni's wet dream and wanting to marry Ahsoka.
Yes. It is just an ego rub for Dave Filoni. That's all it is. I mean, literally, wasn't there that one scene where Sabine's walking up to the mural? You know what I mean? And it's like almost shot for shot from the animated series.
Yeah, from Rebels.
Yeah, and so it's literally just it's all just member berries. Everywhere was sprinkled with member berries, and it was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. Oh, look, the Empire again. Oh, look, C-3PO again. Oh, Leia Organa. That's a name I didn't expect to hear. But here we are. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I get it. But there was no substance to it. There was no substance to the characters either. It's like one of the things that I pointed out was that there was no connection between, like, no one wanted to hug anyone. Like, if I hadn't seen anybody in such a long time and I'd been like, it was my life's mission to get them back to where they belong, I wouldn't just be going, all right.
Oh,
yeah,
hey.
Yeah, you okay? Yeah, I'm all right. But you took your time, didn't you? Yeah,
Right,
well,
nice to see you. Yeah. It's like that. You'd expect that kind of delivery from like a British comedy, to be honest. Like you see something like that in Shaun of the Dead. Or something that
really dry,
but like it pisses people off because Sabine and Ezra had like a relationship that was so damn strong that a decade later Sabine's still looking for him. Then she finally finds him, and it's just like, hey, why are you here? And it's like, I don't want to talk about it. Or how'd you get here?
That's it, yeah. She's a bit hush hush,
right? And Ezra's just like, all right, that's fine. We don't have to talk about it. So. What's been new with you?
Like, and he's standing there like fucking Space Moses. Because I was originally calling him Space Jesus, but as Ryan Kinnell pointed out, no, it is more like Space Moses because Obi-Wan's Space Jesus, and like Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan, he's Space Jesus. But yeah, Space Moses, standing there looking like a fucking Arab or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And like, there's just nothing to it, absolutely nothing to it. And what's that scene where they've got to get into a battle, and he's like, I don't need a weapon.
Oh, I don't need a weapon.
The Force is my ally, or something like that.
Has a gun.
And in the very same fight,
he's like picking up a gun, popping people off.
If people, they'll sit there and say, "Oh well, it's the next." Season to Rebels. The fact is, I didn't like Rebels. I watched it. I didn't like it. It's shit Rebels too. A lot of the character they built in Rebels, they didn't really hold to in this one. So it's not even like a good sequel to Rebels, let alone in the Star Wars world, you know, like, so yeah, it was horrible. Everything about it was horrible. I hated it.
Yeah, we only got the Acolyte next, so who's excited for that one?
No,
Oh, isn't that the one that was written by Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant?
Yes.
Yeah, act like yeah.
Fred
Space Aladdin. Oh,
The Weinstein.
Back into the space whales.
Oh, that was another thing as well, right? So, I grew up with Star Wars, right? I like really got into like the lore of Star Wars. You know, I got wrapped up as a kid in the imagination of like the worlds of Star Wars and that sort of thing. And so I kind of know that kyber crystals are pretty fucking rare. Yeah, but no, Ahsoka, she's got a whole fucking tray of them just sitting there. Like,
kyber crystals have the same value in Star Wars as the Infinity Stones have in Loki. They're basically just like a dime a dozen. It's stupid.
Well, in Star Wars, they're very rare. I think there's like 2 places you can get them, right? And yeah, it's just like they did, you know, how a whole bunch of Jedi survived Order 6. All of a sudden, yeah, kyber crystals now they're just everywhere now. Yeah, you can find them, like you can get them from the little quarter machines at the pizza place.
Can't swing a dead cat without hitting a Jedi.
This is true.
But wasn't kyber
Can't swing a
crystals
dead
didn't that
Jedi.
used to be part
You can't
of
find one.
your test for becoming a Jedi?
Yeah. You have to go in.
That's how Luke made.
That's right,
how
yeah.
Luke made his journey to get his saber.
yeah, the Sith actually artificially make kyber crystals, and that's why they're red.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, because I remembered the one little piece, but I didn't remember. It seems to me that TV shows more and more are trying to get rid of the idea of scarcity and working for commodities or working for rewards.
Because that's capitalism. They want communism where everyone has it.
Yeah, which isn't
At this point, Jedi basically everyone is a Jedi. They're like Syndrome.
right.
You know, I'll make everyone special. Once everyone's special, no one's special. Everyone's a Jedi. They're like Oprah. You're a Jedi. Now you're a Jedi. Everyone's a Jedi.
Yeah, and they've diluted it so much. Like it's been pointed out a couple times. In fact, by me, that they give her, she's going to be a Jedi, even though before the last episode, she has absolutely no force sensitivity at all, and they have her fighting with the lightsaber. You can't do that. The reason Jedis use lightsabers and the reason they're so good with it is because their ability to sense where stuff is coming from. That's like when Luke is training and he's blocking the lasers, even though he can't see. That's how they're able to fight so good with lightsabers. They're able to preemptively know where the next attack and sense where it's coming from. So you could never be in a fight with a Jedi sensitive, force sensitive person like a Jedi and win, because they would be one step ahead of you in the fight. But then she's able to pick it up and just become like, you know, able to tackle a force sensitive person, no problem.
She becomes Date Masamune instantly.
Yeah.
Oh, look, is this a lightsaber? And just starts doing this shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. Why couldn't Sabine just be the Mandalorian?
I bypassed
could be right.
Questa.
Yeah, they really screwed over the whole thing there. I do not understand the desire for so many to push the idea that the old lore is bad. It makes no sense. But speaking of old lore, go ahead.
I was just gonna say one more thing on it. The thing is, right, the whole thing is almost revolvent around merchandising. That's what Lucasfilm has always been. It's revolvent around merchandising. Now throw in all these sort of, you know, not government prescribed, but sort of, you know, the elitist sort of powers that be prescribed agendas of you've got to have all these diversity and inclusion sort of quotas met, etc., etc. And what's more is you've got like diversity hires that are replacing actual really experienced people in the graphics industry, people in all the industries basically surrounding TV and film production. And because what I always say is that it's always been like an apprenticeship. You learn from the master above you, and that's why all the tricks of the trade get passed down through all the sort of generations, moving with the sort of advancement of movie production techniques. You know what I mean? Like Adam Savage, he used to do actual real models, but even in and for Star Wars Episode 1, he actually did, you know, scale models and put all the little bits all over it, painted it all up and stuff like that. And even at that time, they were doing really good CG work as well. So he was right on the cusp of that. So anybody who he taught in those 20 years up until now, they would have got all those tricks of the trade. But if you just insert somebody who's straight out of college, got no fucking experience whatsoever, just because you want to fill a quota, now you've lost all that experience, you've lost all that knowledge, that know-how. And that goes for any trade, any industry. And that's what you've got now, a push for merchandise and to match all of the diversity inclusion that you have to put in the show, as well as matching the you know, diversity and inclusion that you've got to have in your production team. It's absolute fucking madness.
Yeah, no. We kind of talked about it the other night on the Midweek Hump while we were talking about the AI debate and the fact that I look at it as a tool. No, if you just do straight up AI art, you're not an artist the same way as a person who draws with a pencil or a paper or even a drawing tablet. You are, I do consider that it could be a type of art since you are using a form of expression to create something, but it's not the same type of art. And then you have people, of course, who are going to come in and that's the only thing they know, and they lose touch with the old fashioned ways. It's the same, but more to the point, it's the same thing with photographers. You have people today who are out there doing photography who only know digital photography, who don't understand all the depths and everything that's behind using a photograph, using film photography. And it does in many ways make the photography less vibrant, less soulful, let's put it that way.
It loses stuff. It's like using a different amp, you know, for your guitar or something like that. If you use like guitar amps from back in the 60s, they sound way different to the digital effects that you get nowadays, because you don't get the warmth of the tubes and stuff like that. You don't get the same warmth of color as you would in some films, and every film was different as well.
That's why I have a basic amp back right here behind me. This one here. It's a simple amp. That's what I'm working with for that one. The other one I've got, like, you know, from her brother, and it's got some nice bells and whistles on it. But that one right there,
they go to 11.
Actually, yes.
Nice.
Well, I use my Johnson for my amp. So
did you say use your Johnson?
Yeah. It's the amplification J station, but
you put it right in your pocket. But
it is black though.
Isn't that a male to male connection at that point?
Male to female.
No, if he's using his Johnson.
No, it's the Johnson
docking.
No, it's well, no, it's not male to female.
That's gonna be memed.
It is male to female.
That's that end. I'm talking about the other end that he's plugging into his Johnson.
You're talking about the cord?
Yes.
If you're putting a cord in your Johnson, you got a problem.
I agree with you guys. Everyone sits there and they says, well, these people who they've put in charge of these things don't love it. It's not just about loving. I think Dave Filoni does love Star Wars. That's just half of it. The other half is respect. You have to respect what has been created before, what people have built, the infrastructure of it. And it seems like, Dave Filoni loves Star Wars, but he doesn't respect what has happened with it. And that's why he keeps abusing it and changing stuff, even though it doesn't fit.
I told you I have my Black Johnson right here in my hand. I'm holding my Black Johnson.
Well, it's
Okay, so
kinda
you do
small.
plug it into your Johnson.
Tweaking my Black Johnson.
So you put your Johnson into your Johnson.
Now that would be a male
It's
female.
25
connection.
years old and still has better amp modeling than some of the new stuff.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I think in terms of Filoni in Star Wars, he might love Star Wars, but what he loves more is seeing himself in it, which is why he doesn't care about what came before, because he wants. It's one of those really irritating things about people today, and it's not any specific people. It's just so many people in general that they want to see themselves in everything they look at. We were having a conversation earlier today, weren't we, where we said so. I'm trying to remember exactly what we were saying. What were we talking about on the way to the restaurant?
I have a term for Dave Filoni and all his stuff. It's felonious junk.
Nah, Filoni is a wolf fetish. He'll probably be a furry.
Just imagine any one of us who really enjoys Star Wars and grew up with Star Wars, any one of us nerds who really likes it and enjoys it. Now imagine that you got a job writing for a Star Wars series and you had free reign to create new characters and do whatever you wanted. What would you do with it? Do you know what I mean? And I guess that's where it was all headcanon that was just okayed by Lucasfilm. All of the, like what's known as now the Legends, the extended universe, all of it was headcanon at one point. It was just stuff that people put in the in-betweens that George Lucas left the gaps in. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess Filoni did what he wanted, like with the Rebels series, and he did the Clone Wars as well, didn't he?
Well, he had an Ahsoka Tano fetish.
Oh no, was that was because Gennady Tartakovsky?
No, Tartakovsky did the cartoon, not the
the cartoon version. Yeah, didn't he? I was just wrapping it around my brain for a second there, trying to figure it out. But anyway,
Tartakovsky's Clone Wars was like one of the best renditions of the Clone Wars, in my opinion.
Where was I going with that now? Yeah, it was pretty good. I can't remember. I can't remember where I was.
All right, so one of the most famous scenes there was the fight where Grievous took out a whole bunch of Jedi in a cave. It was beautifully done. Like I'll pull up that I guess that video and I'll put it in the private chat. Hold up. You can check it out when you get time.
Oh, okay.
I guess that was where I was going with it. It was about Dave Filoni. He was writing what he wanted to write. That it was the sort of imagination that he had, the sort of direction he wanted to go, and now he's had an opportunity to do it all over again, but with live action series, right? And so now he's got to try and retcon certain things to fit new narratives in. And do you think he sits there of a night time and he goes, "What have I done?"
No.
No.
He doesn't care. He
No.
does not care.
He goes, "What have I done?" And then he looks down at the paycheck and he goes, "Oh, I just cashed it."
No, yeah, there we go.
Hold on, let me open my bank account. I've done well for myself, is what he's done.
And then he starts flogging himself. The thoughts of Ahsoka.
TMI.
Very much.
Speaking of changing things, with all the various swaps and pandering, one might say, going on, no one is immune to it, apparently.
Have I been blackened? Oh, okay.
Not yet. Give them time. No, South Park.
Blackjack.
Is coming out
That's
with
what I want. Blackjack.
Blackjack.
It's literally just going to be. It's going to be Sheep Sidian with glasses on. That's all it's going to be.
That's how I got turned black. Was because of sheep. We were at Vegas and a serious man. He couldn't get pitched with me because I didn't take a picture with really anybody. But he's all, I want to say that I met him. So he took Sheep City and just put my little logo over him. And so then everyone started asking me, "Are you black?" And so I just went with him. I was all like, "Yeah, you didn't know that?" And so, yeah.
Remember, guys, once you go black, you don't go back.
Yeah, ask Lois Lane.
Or Ariel.
Oh God.
Or Mark
Anyway.
Anthony.
I
Or
don't
Mark
really
Anthony.
want to risk
Get
playing
it.
the sound
No?
on this
Okay.
just because copyright stuff. I'm not sure how
Cleopatra's
fussy they're going to be about it.
Oh, Paramount is a
But,
bitch.
Yeah.
You can play it.
But yeah,
Hold
the
on.
fact that
There's that. Everybody should look at that for a little bit. But as you can
on the
see,
back of the
they've updated for current day.
or Carmen being a sassy black woman makes perfect sense.
I think
So
this
black-
is
Dan's a
so well
Latina now.
done.
Oh,
They
yeah, Black
always
Latina.
they always hit the mark so perfectly. I don't
Jada
know
Smith,
how they
Jada-
fucking do it. They always hit the mark so
And Go
well.
Tamago from Big Hero 6.
Beep. And the only one they didn't change.
No, they changed everybody.
Was the Jew.
Who's Kyle?
Kyle? Is
Kyle
that
earlier was a black woman too, or no, Hispanic. You're right. Yeah, earlier you see him as a Hispanic woman, right there.
Yes, it's right there.
That's supposed to be Kyle. Where's the
Yeah.
hat?
Kyle is supposed to be Indian or something.
Yeah, Native
Yeah.
American
Oh,
ones
that's
like
probably
No,
right.
that looks
or,
like
no,
you're right.
no,
That's
Eastern
Indian.
Indian. That's the red dot
Indian.
Indian.
Yeah. That's not feathers.
That's
Oh,
not fair.
burgers.
Yeah.
I love that part.
Woo.
Oh, hamburgers.
Yeah.
Oh, hamburgers.
And yeah, so
PC principal.
I'm actually thinking this is probably going to be hilarious.
As always.
Probably, it
Matt
will.
Ray.
They're one of the few who can actually still make and take a joke.
Parker and Stone, they have a hard time missing.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had a couple stumbles here and there, but who's perfect, you know?
I don't care. Everything that look, it's comedy, whether you like it or whether you hate it. Whether there are going to be some people who this is going to absolutely repulse every single bit of it, but I'm going to laugh my fucking ass off. I know I am, because I love South Park, because they always hit the mark and they're always witty and funny about it, and like sometimes they're stupidly silly about it as well. They pepper it all in there and it's just beautifully executed every single time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to laugh my ass off, but it's subjective. Not everyone's going to laugh their ass off at this, and
It's
it
kinda
doesn't
like
matter
food,
what.
community.
It doesn't matter whether you say the N-word. It doesn't matter whether you call someone a queer. It doesn't matter what the joke is, right? It's where it comes from.
Yep.
It's the meaning behind the words. And if you're obviously doing it for satire, then it's free game, and I don't care if it offends you. That's the way it is.
I hate the
Deal
idea
with it.
that there are certain topics and groups that are unable to be joked about or satired.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't. That defeats the entire purpose of satire.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, my democracy and your democracy are very, very similar, things. And we do have a certain amount of freedom of speech, and it's covered by that. We're allowed to express ourselves as we want to. It's protected by law.
Mhm.
And so that's the end of it. I don't care how much you scream that you're offended and how much it hurt your fees. I do not give a shit.
Mhm.
I find
I
it
never
funny,
do.
and I'm going to laugh. And
I
I'm going to
don't
laugh at
care
you.
if
I'm going
I
to go
don't find
away
it
now,
funny.
and I'm going to tell my friends about this story, this interaction that you and I have just had. Yeah, you crying about how you feel about this, and I'm going to tell my mates about it, and we're going to laugh about that too. Does that hurt your fees too?
It's like you complain to me, I'm like, so you're the one that needs to be bullied. Good to know. I'll see you over at the dumpsters later on today.
Which
Yeah.
oh, go ahead.
When people tell you who they are, believe them.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But we seem to be at a point in life where we're constantly making things simpler and simpler for the weakest among us, as opposed to making the weakest actually stand up a little bit, which is something that is proven to let people become weaker. If you just allow things to go and make things simpler, people don't. I mean, as much as humanity seems to strive for greatness, the majority just want to get by. And if you make it easier for them to get by, they're going to do it. That includes manipulating other people into making things easier for them. And if they can manipulate you using emotion or whatever, they will do that.
Yeah.
So point is we have to stop letting people ruin everything we love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hardship and strife and stuff makes you grow. And
Mhm.
this sensitivity crap where it's all like, oh, we don't want to upset anyone, we don't want to offend anyone. That doesn't help
Participation
people. It just
trophy.
yeah, it just lets them sit in mediocrity a lot of times. I wanted to ask though, who prefers the old South Park to the new? Like before they started serializing it, where every episode connects in a straight story. Like I always preferred the kind where it was just like each episode was its own little
Episodic.
single thing.
Yeah, little
It
encapsulated episode.
I didn't mind like 3-parters. Like, I mean, the
Right.
Imagination Land one was
Yeah.
fantastic, but I do prefer the more episodic takes.
What about the one with the Trump on it? They did like a Trump arc, right?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, Mr. Garrison is Trump.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that one was absolutely fucking hilarious. Mr. Garrison
You got the
like,
League of
ran for
Super
president.
Best Friends as well.
Back up, Buckaroo!
I haven't watched South Park since probably the early 2000s.
What about the
so
movie?
I don't know how it's changed.
I still say Bigger, Longer, and Uncut is the greatest musical ever written.
I give that to Little Shop of Horrors personally, but I can understand why that's your take.
I can't watch Little Shop of Horrors because of the blonde girl. Her voice, I
like
literally
Audrey?
want to reach through the
Audrey's
screen
great.
and strangle her so at least she gets a little bit of bass in it.
She's a woman. She's not supposed to have bass.
Like,
Yeah, like the Mark
funny.
Simpson.
The funny thing about that though is like that's her like her acting voice. Then like you hear her like actually belt out some notes, and you're like, oh okay.
Yeah,
So it's
she's
not
got
as
some,
like
she's got some pipes.
whispery,
horrible
right?
character choice.
Yeah, I think she's all right.
Yeah,
So
man.
it's
It works for the film. As far as I'm concerned, if you remade it, there couldn't be anybody else who played those two characters, and more so Rick Moranis, right?
Rick Moranis is perfect.
An interesting fact about that film with Rick Moranis, because the puppetry movement of Audrey was so, I think it was slow or fast or something like that. They had to film it in double time so that they could speed it up in like After Effects, if you get what I mean. And so Rick Moranis literally acted out all of his scenes with Audrey too, slowed down. He like walked every single pace at a slowed down pace. He said every single word at a slowed down pace, just to sort of match the plant, so that when they sped it up, the plant looked like it had real motion, and he executed it perfectly. So yeah, I think that's a good shout about being one of the best musicals.
He was a great actor. It sucked that he left Hollywood the way he did. Rick Moranis.
He had to look after his kids, didn't he? After his wife died or something.
Yeah, it was after his wife died.
It was a great reason. It's just I wish he would come back.
No, I
don't blame him though.
No, I prefer him not come back, especially with the landscape as it is.
Oh, true.
That's true. That's very true. I loved him in My Blue Heaven. You guys ever seen that one?
Yeah.
No.
It's fucking awesome. I love that movie.
Yeah, no, he was definitely a one of a kind actor, and I think part of the problem we have today is that people just want a little more all the time. They don't. Everybody seems to have a problem disconnecting from the end of something, because society is constantly feeding us just that little bit more over and over and over again. Speaking of, here are some more memes.
You lied.
What did I lie about?
Liar.
More. There's more memes.
There are now.
There was an end to the memes. I like this one already.
When you think when you get your own Disney series, but you think you prefer they delete the tapes.
She's on the casting.
It's one of the most iconic images.
What did he do to her?
What didn't he do?
It's what is she expecting to come through that door, if you ask me.
I get it.
It's time for Ahsoka to learn Form 7.
And Form 6'9".
Yeah, Form 69.
Have I told you
Comes
the
in a
story of
shorty
the
robe.
Chicago?
Oh God, no. Ahsoka's choreographer. Is there sound for this?
Mm. Will it
No,
play?
there is no sound. It's playing. It's
That's all.
It's very.
chunky.
Is that Boogie? That's Boogie. That's Boogie.
I think you see it better there. Yeah.
They need to have the bell song, the Christmas bell song. Dun, 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 dun.
I gotta make a king, making from a whopper. I wear paper hats.
Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done.
Ow. Corporate needs to find the difference between these two pictures. We didn't
wow.
talk about that.
They're the same picture.
They are in fact the same picture. That's a little scary in all honesty.
Ebony. So that Ebony Alert, they it's not
guys
just
don't get to see
it's
this
not exclusive to black girls. It does provide services to white traffickers or people of human trafficking. You know,
No.
Just for black.
I am
just
correct
black
in thinking
people?
that. No. I think I'm absolutely positive that I've read it already, and it says that it's not exclusive to black girls, and that they will accept sort of referrals about white girls as well.
It's not about girls. It's about black.
No, you get what I mean.
Children of color and young white women or young
But
women.
I think there's some kind of law that says that they're not allowed to wholly discriminate against white girls.
Well, they wouldn't be
or
discriminated
anybody else.
because
California
they
does
have
that law.
Yeah, and it's the law set up that long as there's an equal thing to the other, so they still have Amber Alerts, so they're not excluding white people from it's. But yeah, it is just for black people. But the stupid thing is you guys probably already talked about it, so I'm like bringing.
We actually didn't cover this part at all. This thing at all. It's just
but it's one of those things where every time liberals try to accomplish one thing, they actually accomplish the exact opposite. They're saying, well, we need this Amber, we need the
Ebony Alert.
Ebony Alert. So because black people are underrepresented and they're not being found, they're kids.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to happen when, like, in a completely area that's very white and there's not that many black people, like out of the cities, and they hear Ebony Alert? They're not going to pay attention because they're just going to assume that kid's not where they are, which means that kid could be being driven through their town at that very moment, and they won't know because they didn't pay attention. Because they're all like, oh, they probably pay attention to that in LA and stuff where, there's just not that many black people in our town. So why are we going to even pay attention? Which is actually going to hurt kidnapped children. So they're doing exactly what they're trying to make something to,
They're basically spotlighting an issue and making that issue, not solving the problem of the issue. They're just basically taking something. They're taking a concept and applying it to an issue without actually providing a solution for it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
All right, now we're going to look at this some more.
I was just going to say they've done something very similar in the UK.
Oh, yeah?
They've done something very similar in the UK just recently. They've put out this big campaign about, how bad XL bullies are. Now, I am one of the people who believes that it is not the breed and that it is the owner that brings the animal up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether or not it goes and bites and rips another kid up to pieces, that sort of thing. Yeah. And so there's been this big drive over here recently, and that they were going to like ban them basically, and then there was these protests to say no, we want to keep them. And now apparently what they're saying is that if you have the tearing teeth taken out, right, then you can keep the dog, right?
What?
And it's at the cost of the owner.
Oh,
that sounds cruel as hell.
Okay, I'm going to need you to send me a link on that. Me and my friend do a stream on Mondays talking about animals, and we need to
I'll look it up.
Literally bitch about that because that's
horrific.
No, there's the wrong stream for that. He'll tell you about it. We can definitely
And so it's like they created a problem, and the solution was, you can have your dog's teeth ripped out as long as you pay for it, and then you can keep the dog.
It's like taking the primer out of a gun and say, here you go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to take a deep breath here, because that's
Fucked up.
Wow,
Horrifying.
that's
Man-made horrors beyond all imagination.
oh, I have so many
Oh,
words. How did I miss
for
this one
extra
also?
content? For extra context. Thank you. I'm retarded. For
Me too.
extra context, Amarada hates people as much as she loves animals. So
I know the feeling.
So horror's gonna declare war on England now. We're going to war.
I don't really believe in war, but yeah, there's a lot of things I would like to do to the people who thought up that, and they're all in Minecraft, so it's perfectly cool. But yeah,
What about Roblox of the Minecraft?
Roblox, yeah, exactly.
Roblox is another great place
Every
for this
time
sort of
one,
thing. Yes.
every time one is struck, it goes ooh.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm sure we can find a number of really nice pointy objects like razor wire to hit them with.
In Minecraft or Roblox?
In Minecraft, yes, of course.
In
In
Roblox.
Minecraft, this is not, or yeah, in basically in anything but real life. A serious man made this one. I think we missed it earlier. It's a really well done one.
God damn it! Why can't I be Ezra?
Because you needed to have the long tentacles.
I
that
don't
doesn't
see
make sense.
anything yet.
I should have been Ezra.
I don't see anything either.
No,
Yeah.
it's blank void.
You don't what?
Or look
Yeah,
at my,
nothing
look at
Here on
my
this screen.
We're looking at my sexy logo and sexy Jacktar lad.
How'd that happen?
That's a good question.
Because it's showing fine on mine.
Hold on, let me look at the stream.
I cannot see it.
It doesn't show on the stream either.
It's
That is
nothing.
weird.
Do it again. Just go back to where it was and just repost it.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yes, we can do it.
Lord, if you try turning it off and on again.
Is it showing them now?
Nope.
No.
That's weird.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Okay, hold on. We'll do this.
We're calling Memestream's technical
Stop
support.
that.
There you go. Come again.
Just
You are
unmute.
having problems with your
My
Windows machine, sir.
My name is George Wilson from Wisconsin. How may I help you today?
Oh man, Jack, you sound just like the guy from Short Circuit when the
Johnny Five. Oh,
There we go.
there we go. We're good now.
Okay.
What if you melted
There
down
we
a
go.
Because it did the head bobble as well.
on that?
It's because it did the head bobble as well.
Oh, dude, I've
Yeah,
met some
you
people that
know,
actually do that. It's the funniest thing.
And they don't even know that they're doing it. If
They
you
don't. They
ask
just do it
them-
naturally.
Yeah, if you ask them to replicate it, they can't do it. But as soon as they start
it's
talking,
fine.
they
It's-
just
it's
start
okay. It's
doing
okay.
it again.
It's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You're like, thank you. Appreciate you. I'll come again.
Yeah.
Just what she proclaimed.
Ooh, age
I like how she's just smiling. It's so we're on in the
I like
photo.
that they either found a picture of me smiling or made me smile. I can never tell. I don't smile much.
Well, it looks like it's before you got your haircut. So
Oh, it's an older one. Okay, yeah.
Never underestimate the autism of a memer. Someone will have gone back through
the memer's collective superpower is autism. You cannot beat it.
Someone will have gone through hours and hours and hours of footage of you guys and everyone just so that they can get
find
every
the
single
right
screenshot that they want to make a meme out of.
I can
The
stop
little
questioning.
secret of the Legion, though, is we have special folders and special vaults that have
Mhm.
assets of everyone that we use.
I have asses.
Nice.
I have a ton of ass
See,
faces.
I've gotten lazy in my old age, so now I just contact people and say, "Can you send me a picture?" And I know it's creepy, but I've done it to most of the people on this panel.
Well, see, here's the,
Yeah, I
actually,
do
the
that
thing
sometimes.
about that, though,
I've taken
Devil,
pictures
is
for
like,
you.
like if you say it's easier to be like, hey, you mind if can I get a picture of you for a meme? And somebody's like, yeah, sure. As opposed to finding out that somebody has like 14,312 images of you in some very compromising positions.
And what's more is that they're all different angles of your face and your head, and they could be
told you to
easily
stop
ran
looking at
through
my
one of those
And-
deep fake fucking AI analyzers. You got to be careful. That's why I wear my glasses, because I don't want any biometrics being taken by AI or
Exactly.
facial recognition, that sort of thing.
The funny thing about all of these compromising pictures that they have about for everybody, they don't use them for anything more nefarious than just memes. So
Yeah.
That you're aware of.
I don't get if they do, I keep memeing. That's all I want.
Yeah, please don't masturbate over me.
I don't care if you do. Just don't put it
Don't
out.
tell
in
me
public.
about it. Yeah, don't tell me about it.
Yeah,
If
yes,
these
I
random
used to,
DMs,
when
hey,
I was young and hot,
I'm
I
in
used
my
to tell people, just don't tell me about it.
I'm in my post nut clarity and just wanted to let you know I just jerked it to you.
Look, man, I'm fine with you doing it. Just don't tell me about it.
Yeah, since we have a second and you guys are all a captive audience, can you explain to me why men think telling a woman that you jerked off to their photo is attractive to the woman?
Oh God, I would never
No,
tell
it's
No.
women that. That was that.
normal
those
desire.
are
inappropriate.
Those are actual creeps and weirdos that do that shit.
They're the ones with the touch of the tism.
The baptism.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I just remember that being a thing in the early internet.
ASL.
Well, they got
Eras.
OnlyFans right now. It's a big deal.
Yeah, no, it's gotten to the point where now, like, a lot of women, they don't even care. They're like, you know what? I'm putting it out there for you.
Well,
Well,
to say, wait, you jerked off to me? Did you at least subscribe to my OnlyFans?
Right.
Well, that's something that totally doesn't work with girls, but would totally work with guys. Like if some girl, like a group of girls were all like, "I flicked my bean to you," I'd be like, "Really? Thank you. That's awesome."
I have decades-old messages, Professor Savage Dad, that totally debunks the statement that no one thinks that, because either they don't think it and they do it anyway, or they actually think it. Because trust me, I got those messages.
I'd much rather talk about how I would think about the Roman Empire.
Now, you see, I would be much more interested in that topic too.
I'm more interested in the topic of what kind of airplanes you like during the Roman Empire.
There were no airplanes during the Roman Empire.
Bullshit. You see
Name
that C-130 flying over?
Yeah, you weren't paying attention in when you were watching Gladiator.
You wonder now. You wonder why Rome fell, because they couldn't get past the tarmac with them goddamn spears.
And incidentally, that's the 200th time I've thought about the Roman Empire today.
Nice.
Congratulations. Is that on the low or high side?
That's on the decent side.
Okay.
It's
It's about average. All right.
A little
about average.
above average,
Little
but
bit.
you know,
Okay.
decent. It's
Sometimes in times of war, I think about it more. Sometimes when I'm at, like peace, I'll think about it more. Do you get what I mean? So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
really-
During
Anyway.
war, for some reason, you snap out of it and you're holding your rifle like this.
Woo!
You're like,
When I find myself in times of troubles, Julius Caesar comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, number V.
Number V, love it.
Very good. Very good. All right. So let's go ahead and wrap ourselves up. We are reaching that 2-hour mark.
Troy, howitzer was in Troy, and the horse, the Trojan horse, it was a howitzer.
It was a howitzer.
That's what he's. Yes.
Awesome.
Apparently.
Wow.
That explains why Troy got
Where did they all hide?
in the howitzer.
In the howitzer.
In the howitzer.
It was like that Bollywood scene. They just all flew out, just like
They
That's like
destroyed all
RRR.
of their ships. They broke apart all of their ships and they hammered them all back together, and it was a howitzer.
Trojan
Okay,
horse
I'll
was
take
actually
your
made
word
out of a
for it. I
lot of
mean,
iron.
I haven't seen anything that debunks that, so
How'd
I'll
they
take
get it
your word
across
for
the
it.
sea?
Sounds true. Sounds very true. Oculus, why don't you tell us what you're up to? Anything?
Well, I can probably make up some of those F&T memes for next week. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. I mostly just do F&T stuff to support those guys, and I'll make it up.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Devil, how about you?
You can find me tomorrow on Get Ranked. We're doing Mortal Kombat characters. We had to split the list into two though, because there's like 78. So you can check out that. Check me out on Beelzebub every Saturday morning. That's doing really well. And you can find me on like 10 other shows spread over the week. You'll find me somewhere. Just look out for me.
Okay. CJP?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube at Rumble at Forgotten One Music. I do have the Forgotten One Cast. It's my music podcast that I do every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central. Like I said, I got that 70s rock fan coming on this week. Hopefully he'll bring Granny back with him because he was a roadie back in the 70s for a lot of these bands.
Oh,
So
that's
I'm
cool.
hearing roadie stories. And I've got Desiree Wright to join me the next week. And you can also always find me on E-Temple Queens, the place to be reviews. I'm part of the Four Horsemen there. So you can find me on Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays there. So I'll be on there tonight for Saturday night's main event.
Cool. Sheep, do you want to tell anybody about anything?
Yeah, I've had this down here for the longest. Fandemonium.locals.com is where I have the prologue for my manga titled Fandemonium. For those that are interested, go ahead, give it a read. I'm working on chapter 1. Right now I'm playing Pokemon, but I'm working on chapter 1 as well. Ideally, I want to have this the first chapter finished before the end of the year. So there's that. And also go ahead and jump in Eric's Gilded. Eric July's Gilded, the hub of the Max. That's where we have a lot of good conversations in reference to Ripperverse and a whole bunch of other stuff. Just give it the old clickaroo, get in there and just be mad at autistic people arguing about how Santuan can beat Spider-Man. Stupid shit. Just get in there.
Jack, what do you have? Oh wait,
I did forget one thing. I'm going to be towards Halloween since it's October.
Mhm.
I'm going to put out a GoldenEye soundtrack copy of Castlevania. The original.
Ooh.
I'm about 3/4 of the way of composing all of it and then getting it put together in video form.
You're talking about like a 64 GoldenEye version of
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Look,
So
I'm gonna need
taking the
Where's the
sound
chef?
fonts that would be used with the MIDI files. Is that
that
what
shit's got to go on my playlist. It sounds like it's gonna be good already.
He's done every single James Bond movie theme song in it, and I love them. They're great.
wow.
Yeah, I did it to the watch theme. So it's that really sweet watch theme bass.
Right.
Okay.
It's like 2 minutes of every James Bond theme.
Interesting.
Nice.
So I've been doing nothing but the GoldenEye sound fonts for the last year now. It's been fantastically fun.
Now you put it on Castlevania, did you say?
Yeah, I'm working on Castlevania for Halloween.
Okay, that'll be really cool to hear. Jack, tell the people where they can find you and what you're up to.
Well, you can find me on YouTube at Jack Tarlad. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me on. I've had such a blast, and it's such a prestigious moment for me, to be actually on here with you guys, considering I'm only a small creator, you know what I mean? I don't have many followers, and I don't output content as much as I like, but I'm on Twitter an awful lot. I'm always mouthing off on Twitter, so you'll find me there more than anything. But every so often I will put out a video. I'm just right at this moment I'm thinking about how I'm trying to reformat the show and what's the direction that I want, because I have no direction at the moment. And I just need to have a good direction of which way I want to take the channel. But until then, I do keep popping up on streams like this. I guess you could call me a stream whore. But anyway,
Don't worry.
Speaking of which, I'm in about an hour. I'm on Miss 1776's channel for a conspiracy stream, which we have every Saturday. And you can usually catch me on the Common Nerd on a Wednesday for his stream. So look out for me there as well. On Twitter at Jack Tarlad. One more thing I will plug is that I have some merch for sale on my Twitter page. If you want to buy that, it's my Jack Tarlad's half-eaten jam sandwich. It's $4.99. It's free postage and packing, and it's eaten. Half of it is eaten by me, and I'll send you the other half. And it's a range of flavors as well, range of different jams or marmalade if you like. And so just DM me your orders and I'll send it to you. You can pay by PayPal, I guess, or credit card.
That sounds like an excellent deal. People should absolutely get on that right away, right now. I think I might order myself a strawberry one. However, you It's been great being your host. You can find me later this evening playing some 7 Days to Die. Halloween, I am doing a 12-hour stream to celebrate the fact that I managed to reach 500 subscribers.
I'll be there.
He will be there.
So close. I hate writing. I've been like 414 for like the last month.
Well, post it, and we'll post some people out there and get you the rest of the way. There are enough people in our fellowship, foundation, legion, whatever. Between everything together, we can get him there. There's absolutely no reason he shouldn't be there by Monday at the latest, this evening at the earliest. So
we get CJP to completion.
Yes,
No,
yes.
we can.
Complete. We want him to climax, so to speak. But yes, so that will be 12 p.m. Mountain Time to 12 a.m. Mountain Time on Halloween. We've got costumes. I've got guests. There will be games. Tomorrow night, I will actually be playing a new game that I have that someone has brought to me. So it's called oh crap, I know the name. Possessions. It's a cute little game. It's out on Steam now. So please pop by and watch that. Then we'll do more 7 Days to Die because we're just going to do a round or two of that just to really get a feel for what it's like. Monday, I will be on with my friend Starsun. We'll be doing the Star Marauder Animal Show where we will talk about everything furry, fuzzy, and frustrating. Because you got to remember, humans are animals too, and we are going to have a lot of fun talking about those assholes who want to make people pull their dog's teeth out. Because stop by, listen to two women rage about animals.
Yeah, two women, not me. Obviously, I'm a man.
All right, and yeah, he won't be there. That'll just be us. Wednesday will be the midweek hump. We don't have the guest just yet, but we're working on that. So please stop by and see me and Sheep and Rocks and Shagsworth and Mr. Grant Gregory and our guest while we hang out and talk. So
Jesse.
please, and Jesse, yes, got to remember the Common Nerd will also be there as our producer. Remember to hit up Coffee Brand Coffee and use code Hail the Legion. Hail the LOM. Yeah, I can talk really. And get yourself some coffee or some tea or some hot chocolate. And yeah, I think that covers everything. Did I miss anything, guys?
I think so.
You're all set.
Yeah, okay. So we will catch you next time. Y'all have a very good evening or good morning or good whatever. And bye.
Bye.